Have you ever imagined importing a vehicle duty-free? Duty-free without paying any taxes, or if you have to do, you'll only have to pay but half of pricings of the vehicle. For this unit, the pricing is at 1.3 million Kenya shillings, so you only have to pay 750,000 Kenya shillings. You've got lots more of vehicles from here. The Honda Vezel for 3 million. Imagine that you can have this unit for half of the pricings. So how is that even possible? So that is forming part of our video. So today we're having this video courtesy of the greatest car dealership within Mombasa, Kenya, and that is Kwasa Motors. So the dealership is known for availing their car importation services and availing already imported vehicles, fair priced vehicles, highest of specs and highest of quality of products, and that is why you always see us frequently in this exact dealership. So now by the end of the video, I'll be letting you know the best strategies that you can use to ensure that you evade tax, or rather you import your vehicle duty-free without payment of any tax, and that is our business today. So before you do that, let me have your display of products that are available for sale for today. Before you do that, meanwhile, remember, this is Max Gamble TV. Max Gamble TV has always been a leading YouTube channel that often avails you the best of car offers within Mombasa, Kenya. We don't only avail you the best of car offers, we also help you with the clearance of your vehicles from the port of Mombasa and car importation consultation services. So look at this, the CX-30 available for grab. We've got a TX Forester right in fresh import. We've got a Tiguan right here. So this is priced at, so from the first phase, so these are vehicles that are priced between 3.5 million to 4.5 million, ranging from the Tiguan to the Subarus. Right next from the second lane, we've got a list of Toyota Harriers. So all these are 2018 model. The pricings are ranging pricings of 3.5 to 4.5, similarly, greatly negotiable. And just before we proceed, remember, this is the last time we importing vehicles from 2018. So suppose you're making importation of a vehicle that surpassed 2018, you then know that by the elapse of December 28th of December, you're not allowed to bring in any further. So this is according to the custom importation rules within Kenya that only accepts vehicles that are only 8 years old. So right here we've got all these Mazda CX-5s that are selling, ranging pricings of 3.7 million Kenyan shillings to 4.1. We've got both diesel variant and petrol variant. All these to the farthest face. Behind here we've got Toyota Noahs, all these to the Aminadi 5 2018 model. We've got a hybrid one that sells for 2.9. We've got this non-hybrid 2.7, greatly negotiable. Physically visit the dealership and enjoy the offers that this dealership avails, so all to the farthest end. So as we'll be walking through, as we wind up, remember, let us now get to the topic of discussion today. So if you want to import a vehicle duty-free, then you must fall under the following categories of persons. For one, persons with disability, and for two, if you are a returning resident. So persons with disabilities are exempted from payment of taxes. So we'll be basing this on the 2003 Persons with Disability Act, which stipulates exemptions of custom duties on persons with disabilities. I will also be arguing on the provisions from the 2010 Persons with Disability Order. So with that, the two regulations stipulates the exemptions procedures to persons with disabilities. After this, I'll also be giving you further details on returning residents. So returning residents are individuals who had migrated to other foreign countries in search of greener pasture for say, and would wish to get back to their country to permanently reside at Kenya. So if you get back, you are exempted from paying any additional taxes. So let us start. So this is a CX-5 on an offer price, that's why it's not with the rest. It sells for 3.6 million Kenya shillings. We've got, for those who are interested in Heinz, so this sells for, it's diesel, so 4.1. We've got these two, one has just been sold, that sells for 2.5. So these are 2.5 ton commercial heavy unit vehicle. So I'll also be having details on whether you can have this duty free or not. So that is under the provisions provided for when it gets to persons or other returning residents. So now, if you're a disabled person, disabled persons, for one, the president, of course, people working under the war grave, the cemetery, the international cemetery, war grave are also always exempted. Members of armed forces, partner armed forces are also exempted from payment of any taxes. Exemption is also, the president, of course, will be exempted from payment. So let us now discuss about persons with disability. So a person of disability is, okay, the pricings to this, these are Pro Boxes and Succeeds that are selling at a ranging pricing of 1.35 million Kenya shillings to 1.5 from here to the farthest end. Amazing units, of course. We can confirm detailed review in our previous video. Hapa tuko na Paso or 1 million. So there's a Mira there that sells at 830,000. So for those who are looking for a Mira, there's a Vitz Joella for 1.28 million. All these Mira 830,000 Kenya shillings. Alafu up to the other end, these Pro Boxes 1.4 to the maximum. Honda Vezel 2.7 million Kenya shillings. Honda Fit here will sell for okay, the person who was looking for the vehicle that was stocked here, it's already sold out. The black Demio sold out, so we still got these at 1.3. There's this Honda Fit at 1.6 million Kenya shillings, greatly negotiable. Behind we've got Fielders. The Fielder is selling for 2.7 million Kenya shillings. The 2WXB, I've seen it somewhere here, sells for 2 million. Axela 2.2, all these Axelas 2.2. So now, a disabled person is exempted from one vehicle. You can import one vehicle duty free, and there's also always a common question for how the period after which you can import the second vehicle. So suppose you import a vehicle as a disabled person, you can only import one, and you'll be allowed to import another duty-free unit after the elapse of 4 years. So after 4 years, you can be allowed to import yet another vehicle duty-free, though once you import the second vehicle, you'll be required to pay taxes of the initial vehicle that you imported. So for example, if you imported a vehicle in the year 2021, you want to import yet another, itabidi umelipa ushuru ya ile gari ya 2021 ndio ukubaliwe kuimport a vehicle, a similar unit ya 2022. So that is amongst the requirements. Besides, among the requirements, you are also expected to be registered under the Persons with the Disability Association. And once the vehicle is landed at the port of Mombasa, you have to have a clearing agent. That is where we come in. A clearing agent will ensure that your custom documents, that is to include the import documents, you'll have to avail us the import declaration form. You'll have to the invoice, the bill of lading. So all these are always submitted to the custom treasury for considerations. So if considerations are made, you'll have your vehicle duty free. So the second important topic that we want to discuss about is the returning residents. So before you wind up on pricings to this, so I'd previously said that a returning resident is any individual who had relocated out of Kenya and would wish to get back to Kenya to permanently stay in Kenya. Those who had gone for greener to seek greener pasture. So once you get back, you'll be allowed to import a vehicle duty free without paying any taxes. Suppose you meet the following condition. Number one, the vehicle that you're importing, you must show proof of ownership of the vehicle from the country from which you had relocated, and you must have owned the vehicle for a period of not less than 12 months. So lazima ukuwe na umiliki ya hiyo gari kwa kipindi cha muda wa miezi 12 kule Ulaya. So that is one requirement. You must also prove that you planning to permanently get back to Kenya. So you're not mincing your words, you're not trying to import a vehicle duty free and get back. So you have to give us a proof that you permanently getting to Kenya and you're not getting back anytime soon. So these are Axios that are selling for 1.9 million Kenya shillings. To the farthest end, all these Axios fairly priced. Okay, greatly negotiable again. So there's yet another Mazda Demio here, amazing color. So if you have 1.35, greatly negotiable. So these are 2018 model, similar to, okay, so the same applies to returning residents. A returning resident, you're not allowed to import a vehicle that has a capacity of more than 13 seats. So a commercial vehicle, you can't import a commercial vehicle duty free. So it has to be a personal unit. Other than a vehicle, you also exempted from paying taxes to wearing apparels and personal effects. So here we've got an amazing Toyota Auris for those who will be looking for Toyota Auris. So these are priced at 1.9, greatly negotiable. As soon as you visit the dealership, the pricings can even be greatly reduced or rather chopped off. So physically visit, don't shy away from visiting Probox. I've displayed. So as we wind it up, suppose you fall under the categories of persons that we just mentioned, always feel free to contact us for directions or rather for guidance on how best you can import your vehicle duty without paying any taxes. So just like the disabled persons, a returning resident can also just import a second vehicle duty free after 4 years, of which he has to pay the previous tax of the previous vehicle. We'd given an example of 2021. Kama uli import gari 2021 na unataka kuimport nyingine duty free, lazima the 2021 vehicles duty has to be paid before you import yet another. So these are Fielder WXB 2.1. So all these are 2.1. The rest were selling for 1.7. Axios pricing. So these are 2019 model Corolla Axio 2.1 million. Allion 1.9, greatly negotiable. So which vehicles pricing is not clear? Let me know which vehicles pricing isn't clear. Forester TX, amazing units, of course. So I'll be winding up by giving you an exterior view of the products that are here as we give a summary of our discussion for today. So these are vehicles that are freshly imported from Japan. Most are from Japan, a few from Singapore, and the vehicles at the dealership is specialized in car importation. The dealer